Ladies and gentlemen, Mass Effect 2. Playing through the trilogy. This is Commander Shepard. And, yeah, so last episode we went to do Garrus's mission. Helped him solve some conflicts.
Thane would like to speak with you, Commander.
Woody? Hey, Kelly. Would Thane like to speak to me? Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna go, we could do Thane's mission, this is back on the Citadel, or we could, I actually want to do, I was thinking about doing the Shadow Broker mission, but it is a little bit lengthy. I kind of want to get all the normal squad mate loyalty missions out of the way before we touch that. So, we've done all of them, save for Thane's, Miranda's, and Jack's, I believe. And then later we'll be picking up another crew member and be able to do that one too. But yeah, let's go talk to Thane. Thane's mission is easy. It's a little different than some of the other missions, just because it's not combat oriented.
Shepard.
Is there something wrong?
Yes. Now that you are here, though, it seems more difficult to talk about.
I've got time. Take it at your own pace.
Thank you. I fear I've already done that for too long. I had a family once. I still have a son. His name is Kolyat. I haven't seen him for a very long time.
Did something happen to them?
I abandoned them. Oh, not all at once. Nothing dramatic, no sneaking out in the middle of the night, no final argument or slammed door. I just did my job. I hunted and killed across the galaxy. Away on business, my wife would tell people. I was always away on business.
How long's it been since you talked?
10 years. He showed me some of his schoolwork and asked if we could dance crazy. We did that when he was younger.
What sort of dance is that?
I checked my extranet contacts. I expect an update on my next target. The console, please. Music. Old. Unfashionable. Kolyat jumps into the room. My father runs around in circles. I scoop him up, toss him into the air. He shrieks, laughs, spin me. The console beeps. I put him down. Click the message. Father, he pleads. He tugs my sleeve. I need to read this, I say. I don't look at him.
You never mentioned this before. Why now?
When my wife departed from her body, I attended to that issue. I left Kolyat in the care of his aunts and uncles. I have not seen him or talked to him since.
If we're talking about this, he must have contacted you.
No, he didn't. But my condition... I've been judging my life, measuring what I've added and what I've taken away. I used my contacts to trace Kolyat. He has become disconnected. He does what his body wills.
You'll have to explain that one to me.
Disconnected. The body is not our true self, the soul is. Body and soul work as one in a whole person. When the soul is weakened by despair or fear, when the body is ill or injured, the individual is disconnected, no longer whole.
What's wrong with him? Is he hurt?
Something happened that should not have. He knows where I've been, what I've done. I don't know his reasons, but he has gone to the Citadel. He's taken a job as a hitman. I would like your help to stop him. This is not a path he should walk.
You don't hire a raw rookie for a contract killing.
I'm afraid someone may have seen we share a name and assumed we share skills. I don't know why he would accept the task.
To be closer to you, maybe?
That thought haunts me more than any other.
Maybe he name-dropped you to get hired.
It's possible, but I don't think so. It doesn't seem right. My name. He should not respect it.
Thane, I don't have your contacts and I don't have your tracking skills. Why do you need my help for this?
I don't need your help. I want it. The last time I saw my son, they wrapped her body in sea vines, weighted it with stones. He tries to pull from me, calls for her. The hammer lift her off the platform. They sing like bells. The fire has gone to be kindled anew. He begs them not to take her away. They let her body slide into the water. He hits me. Don't let them. Stop them.
Why weren't you...
Rains. It always rains on Kaje. Warm water pours down his face.
I didn't mean to make you relive that.
Perfect memory. It is sometimes a burden.
What made him go to the Citadel?
Years ago, I prepared a package for him. A relic of my ill-spent life. I had Volus bankers store it, and arranged for delivery when I died. He acquired it early. I don't really know how. I did wet work on the Citadel around the time his mother died. That may be why he went there.
I'll get us to the Citadel as soon as possible.
Thank you, Shepard. I'll be meditating until you need me.
Alright, so, really cool scene. What kind of bothers me is just, it's a little thing, but Shepard doesn't actually know that he has perfect memory until you, like, harass him about it. And I want to say it comes up later. But that scene is really cool because it shows Thane for, well, I mean, I guess it shows more of a religious, or a spiritual side of Thane, and he does that in the opening scene, but you don't really kind of get what he's on about until you spend some more time with him. So it's a great way to break into Thane's character a little bit more, and so is the conversations that you can have with him. But we're already at the Citadel. It's nice and convenient. Let's dock and then go looking. But can you imagine having perfect memory? Thane says it's sometimes a burden, but that would kind of suck. I mean, if you think about Buddhism, it's like Zen Buddhism is telling you to actually like a lot of no, I'll just start there. But it's they tell you to, you know, live in the moment, and you just kind of just be instead of you know, dwelling on the past or the future. And he goes on to, he talks about Wrel, who will he uses the term solipsism. They'll like live in their past because it's perfect, you know. I mean, they can remember absolutely everything, and they live there, right? I mean, what is a memory, or what is an experience other than how our body and our mind interprets our interactions throughout life, right? So if I think something is real, then to me, for all intents and purposes, it is real. And that's something that we fail to translate a lot, especially when it comes to video games, because people talk about video games and it's like, oh, it's not real life. Of course it's not a real life. I mean, it's not what the vast majority of us consider real life, but the like amazing artists and just thinkers, their brains are like, they'll either be on drugs, or they're autistic, or they have some conditions that essentially shape their reality to be something different than what the general population, how we interpret all these interactions. So that's kind of a question, and one that I want to dwell on a little bit is why, or not why, but it's just, I don't even know how to phrase it, but like, what is real, right? What is reality, save for what we make of it? Actually, going back to Buddhism, it's I can kind of skip through this, but going back to Buddhism, I believe.
Reports, Harkin was taken into custody, and charges are pending. Also, according to CSEC, a Wrel recently passed through customs. The CSEC office may have more information.
Okay, now I lost my train of thought. Oh, look at Thane. Look at him. Oh man, he's just like, he's ready to go. But yeah, so talking about Buddhism, I want to say it's Buddhism, I might be getting mixed up now, but we take our, like, we project with our mind, right? We make reality what it is. I forgot where I was going with that, but it's a thing. Just think on it for a little bit.
Yes?
My associate's trying to find his son. We think a local criminal may have hired him.
That should be easy. We don't see many Wrel here. There we go. One of my men reported a Wrel recently. And he was talking to Mouse. Interesting.
Mouse?
Ah, petty criminal. Probably not the guy who hired your boy, but a messenger. He's a former duct rat. Runs errands for anyone who'll pay.
What sort of trouble has Mouse been getting himself into?
Odd jobs for shifty people. Duct rats take whatever is available to get by. Data running, fencing stolen goods, selling illegal VI personalities. Actually, he was selling one of you.
Me?
Yeah, when you erased a file, it would say, I delete data like you on the way to real errors. Buggy, though. It crashed every half hour. The error message was about how the galaxy was at stake, and you should fix the problem yourself.
What was it you called Mouse?
A duct rat. It's a local slang for the poor kids who grow up in the station. When they're small, they tend to play in the ventilation ducts, where adults can't get to them.
Aren't the ducts dangerous?
Every couple of months, we pull a little body out of them. Lacerated by fan blades, broken by a deadfall, suffocated by vacuum exposure. Those are just the ones we know about. More just disappear. Maybe they get sucked into space. Maybe they fall into the protein vats the keepers run. The Mouse survived long enough that he can't fit in the ducts anymore. He was one of the smarter ones, or the luckier ones.
I've heard enough.
Mouse is usually upstairs outside the Dark Star. He works out of a public comm terminal. You should pick up a copy of the Shepherd VI when you talk to him. It sounds like your boy's running with the wrong crowd.
Yes, I agree.
If Mouse can't get you in touch with your son directly, he'll know who can. I'll help you if you need it.
You don't know us, Captain. Why are you going so far to help us?
I've worked Zakera for 2 years. Every day kids turn to crime because they've got no other choice, because their parents don't care. You're trying to save yours.
He faces a dark path.
We better hurry then.
You didn't tell him that Kolyat plans to assassinate someone.
We're gonna stop him before that happens, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Thank you, Shepard.
That's really depressing about the duct rats, you know, the kids. Anything, oh man, being a father and just anything about kids nowadays, I can't. I just can't. The bit about Thane, oh, so where am I going? Is this where the Dark Star is? Can't even remember. I could just take the terminal. It's right over here. Unless it's not. Okay, yeah, we gotta take the terminal. But, yeah, the thing that Bailey is cool because he... What is this? I've never noticed that there was an actual schedule before. That's kind of cool. I mean, it doesn't really mean anything, but nice little detail. Okay. CSEC, Dark Star. Bailey knows what's up, is basically what it comes down to. Like, he understands that crime is... I'm so glad they didn't make him black and white. He's much more real. Because crime is, like... Sometimes your life just sucks. And it's not an excuse, but it is a reason why people turn to, you know, activities like that. And it's just, and his willingness to help shows that, you know, there's that sort of understanding is really cool. This is who we need to talk to, that guy over there, but I want to run in here. Check out this, we want this? We do.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. This we don't need. I can take this just in case, but we probably don't need it. Heavy pistol damage, I'll take that as well. Okay.
Yeah, sure. I can get you 2 cases by the end of the day.
You Mouse?
What do you... Oh, shit. Krios. I thought you retired. Commander Shepard? I thought you died. What do you want with me?
Be still, Mouse. You can change your pants in a moment.
How do you know Thane?
Krios? He didn't... If he didn't say nothing, I ain't either.
When we heard the name, I didn't think it could be the same Mouse. He was a contact on the Citadel when I was active. He and some other children would gather information on my targets.
You put children in danger to spy for you?
Children, the poor. My people's word for their kind is Dralafa, the ignored. They're everywhere, see everything. Yet they are never seen. You gave another Drell instructions for an assassination. Who's the target?
I don't know. I didn't ask. Because the people I work for, they can make me disappear. I'd like to help you, Krios. You always done right by us, but I ain't gonna die for you.
Look, you know Thane. He wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. Do it for him.
I want to. He was always nice to us. But these people ain't nice, Krios.
Nobody's gonna know you talked to us.
Mouse, I swear that you won't be named.
All right, all right. He came with that hollow you took of me. Said he wanted a job. I ran through your old contacts to see who might give him a shot. The guy who offered was Elias Kellum.
One other thing. That Shepherd VI you're selling?
Oh shit, you heard? Look, you were dead. It was totally legal to make a VI of you.
You made money using my likeness. I think I deserve some of the profits. Don't you?
Oh, sure. How about I just transfer some money to you? I mean, why bother with all the lawyers and taxes and junk, huh?
I've never done that option before, but one thing that I don't really understand about the scene is why they're being so rough with Mouse. I mean, because I mean, Krios does have a relationship with him, and Mouse is obviously, you know, kind of like sticking up for Thane. Like, it's, I don't know, they seem really rough, especially since I have the option to punch Thane, or punch Mouse on the gut if I go with the renegade thing. That's kind of strange.
Tell me about Kellum.
Human. Moved to the Citadel about 10 years ago. He was little people when you were here, Krios. He got big after the Geth attack. Lots of the big guys from before got cacked, all in them big fancy apartments up on the Presidium. Now he runs the rackets on the lower end of the ward, Shin Akiba. He's seriously bad news.
You did good, Mouse.
Yeah. Hope I live long enough to pat myself on the back.
Kellum will never know.
I hope not. I'm out of here, Krios. Next time you're in town, just don't bring the family.
That couldn't have been easy.
Mouse knew more about my life than Kolyat ever did. He smiles up at me, broken teeth and scabby knees. Bare feet black. A dead-end future looking up at me, worshipping the petty gifts I offer. I was the only good thing he had back then. But I left him, as I left Kolyat.
Mouse said you had a hollow of him.
Yes. A foolish bit of sentimentality. I can perfectly recall every moment I spent with Mouse. He pulls at my arm, smiles. He wants to know that I'll remember him, that anyone will remember him. I take the hollow. He smiles at himself in miniature on my palm. Then a frown crinkles his brow. He pats my pockets, checking for other hollows. Where's your son, Krios? He asks.
And that's kind of what I was talking about too, is that there is this sort of, there's this good relationship with Mouse and Thane. And it's just strange to be so abusive.
Don't blame yourself.
If I don't, who will? We must carry the weight of our decisions, Shepard. You, of all people, know this.
Let's head back to Bailey.
Have you tried Galaxy of Fantasy yet? I love that game. It's based on Turian mythology, but it's really fun. I hear it has 11 billion players now.
And that's an obvious reference to World of Warcraft. But what am I doing? Okay, wait. Yes, I'm here. Okay. But the
Wonder what a Presidium fish would taste like.
there's no fish.
There are no fish up there.
There isn't.
I hear an Urdnot went up there once. An Urdnot on the Presidium. That'd be the day.
But yeah, they're The way that the guy talks is like stereotypical nerd. Just, I don't know. He's got a lisp and this is funny.
Yes?
Can we talk about my associate's son?
You talked to Mouse? Did you get the name of the guy he's working with?
Elias Kellum.
Kellum. Shit. Look, this is awkward. Kellum and I have an agreement. He doesn't cause too much trouble and buys tickets to the CSEC charity ball from me. In return, I ignore him.
You want to accept bribes? Fine. I don't care how you run your precinct. I want to know if you're gonna help me.
Yeah, I'll help. Absolutely. I'll get some of my people to bring him in and set him up in a private room. You can interrogate him yourself. I'll stay out of sight. And if I'm lucky, Kellum will believe that I had nothing to do with it.
Bring him in. We might not have much time.
I'll make it happen. Wait here.
We've got Kellum. Tell Bailey we're ready.
He'll expect me to get him out of this.
Not today, I think.
Captain, his lawyer's here. Bet Elias has his VI set to page him if CSEC gets within 10 meters.
I'll stall him. Get in there and work fast.
We should question him together. Keep the pressure on. Thoughts on how we approach it?
I plan to improvise. No plan survives contact with the enemy anyway.
I suppose that's true. I won't interfere then. This will be difficult. If we're too gentle with him, his advocate will get past Bailey. If we're too rough, well, we need him alive.
One way or the other, he'll tell us what we need to know.
I wish I felt your confidence.
Get me out of these restraints, Bailey. Pretty funny bringing me down here like this. Who the hell are you two?
All right, so I don't have Renegade. You'll notice that I have been doing just some more Renegade options, but my Paragon is really it's almost maxed out. So I have enough room to play with Paragon stuff.
You ordered a hit on
or Renegade
someone.
stuff.
You're gonna tell me who.
The only person I'm talking to is my advocate.
Here's how it works. I ask a question, you answer the question. You speak when you're spoken to.
Who the fuck you think you are?
Mr. Kellum, I don't believe you were paying attention.
Nice. You just handed me your job. Hit me again and I'll take your money too. I'm gonna straighten you out as soon as Bailey gets here.
Just tell us what we need to know. My associate isn't very patient.
What are you, frog boy? Her little apologist? What, kid? You gonna bore me into confessing? You ain't shit.
Works for me.
No! Do you know what I'll do to you when I get out of here?
Keep it up, tough guy. You'll leave in a bag.
Go to hell.
Ease up. He's no use to us dead.
Are we done here? Because I got people to see.
I'm done being patient. Give me a name or I'll cut your balls off and sell them to a Krogan.
Joram! Joram Talid! Turian in the 800 blocks.
He's unconscious. No need to wake him up, I think.
I'm not shedding any tears. Not over the likes of him.
I'd hope to avoid unnecessary bloodshed. Pure results come from pure methods. I worry about what is yet to come.
What's the story? Why'd Kellum hire the boy?
Assassination. A Turian named Joram Talid. You know him?
Joram? Yeah. You might have seen his posters around. He's promising to end organized crime on the ward. Thing is, his message is all mixed up in race politics. He's anti-human.
We need to stop this assassination. Can you get us to the 800 blocks?
Sergeant, get a patrol car. These two need to get to the 800 blocks.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I don't think I've ever been that rough with Kellum. Normally I kind of maybe hit him once, maybe twice, pamper him a little bit. But at the end of it all, you could say that you're a Spectre anyway, and he gives you the information.
There he is. How do you want to play this?
Follow the lead on the maintenance catwalks. Tell me what he's doing. The Krogan bodyguard will make him easy to follow.
Where will you be?
The darkest corner with the best view. Amon Kira, Lord of Hunters. Grant that my hands be steady, my aim be true, and my feet swift. And should the worst come to pass, grant me forgiveness.
So,
It's been wonderful talking with you all. I hope you'll come out on election day.
You can count. I'm on him, Thane. He's talking to some voters.
Understood.
You're in position?
Yes.
This looks interesting.
It's been wonderful talking with you all. I hope you'll come out on election day.
so Thane is, awesome. Don't think there's any question about that, but he seems to have some unique abilities. He actually doesn't have an invisibility or a teleport, so it's kind of interesting.
Have you got him?
Looks like he's talking to another voter.
Any sign of Goliath?
No.
I'm moving to another position. Ahead of him.
It's been wonderful talking with you all. I hope you'll come out on election day.
But it's almost better that he doesn't have a teleport or a cloak or anything, and that you can see.
Stay with him. No problem so far.
It's cool that you can see. It makes him like it builds up his reputation as an assassin, right? Because he doesn't have those strengths and abilities. It should tell you that he's like amazing, and that there's people with these sorts of skills.
Target in sight. Can you give me an update?
All right, so look in the window.
I'm almost in position. He's letting the bodyguard do all the work. That lets him deny involvement. No sign of trouble. I see him.
So, it's just kind of strange. I mean, that they don't have cameras. I mean, come on. Come on.
I'm following. No problem so far. What's he doing? I don't have a good angle. What's he doing?
One of his guards is talking to the bartender. Looks like a shakedown.
I'm relocating to the next room. Let me know if anything changes. Target in sight.
All right, so we don't. Oh, there he is.
Where is he now?
He's meeting a couple of mercenaries. Looks like the same group his bodyguard comes from.
He looks nervous. Could be he's noticed you.
Maybe he saw Kolyat in here somewhere.
Also a possibility. There are obstructions ahead. I'll try to go around. Don't lose him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so he starts going, and then I go through this door, and
Hey, who are you? What are you doing back here?
And he walks up to me all super angry. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, this is strange.
I'm with Citadel Health and Safety. We've had vermin reports in storage areas around here.
What? You can't be serious. How did you get in here?
If I didn't have authorization, how did I get in? You see any other doors?
There's the keeper. Never mind. Just go on through, okay?
Thanks.
Yeah, just...
Don't get too far away.
I don't actually think we need to do anything else from here. We could just walk through the door and that's it.
Thane.
I saw.
He's heading to Talid's apartment.
Call yet?
This is a joke. Now you show up.
Help me, Wrel. I'll do whatever you want.
CSEC, put the gun down, son.
Get out of my way. I'm walking out. He's coming with me.
They'll have snipers outside.
I don't need your help. What the hell?
Talid, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I will.
Take the boy into custody.
You son of a bitch!
Your father and I have killed a lot of people. You haven't. There's no reason you should start.
I read his files. What made it all right for him to kill all those years?
I was 6 when the Hanar began to train me. I didn't know any better. Your mother woke me from my battle sleep.
And why did you leave her? Why weren't you there when she died?
Your mother. They killed her to get to me. It was my fault.
What?
After her body was given to the Deep, I went to find them. The Triggermen, the ringleaders. I hurt them. Eventually killed them. When I went back to see you, you were... older. I should have stayed with you.
I guess it's too bad for me you waited so long, huh?
Kolyat, I've taken many bad things out of the world. You're the only good thing I ever added to it.
This isn't a conversation you should have in front of strangers. Boys, take Kolyat and his father back to the precinct. Give them a room and as much time as they need.
I'm surprised you're letting him do that.
You think he's the only man who ever screwed up raising a son? I have to get back to the precinct. Come on, I'll give you a lift.
That's about it. It's not a, not a shooty shoot mission. That's for sure. But it is really important.
They've been in there a while.
The kid's been through a lot. I ran some searches in the CSEC archive. About 10 years back, a bunch of real bad people were killed. Like someone was cleaning house. The prime suspect was a Wrel. We never caught him.
Someone like that is trouble you don't want to deal with.
Someone's got to deal with it. Doesn't have to be me, though.
How'd it go?
Our problems are... they aren't something I can fix with a few words. We'll keep talking, see what happens.
Your boy shot some people. No one I feel sympathy for, but there it is.
I watched those guys shaking down businesses and threatening humans.
But he can't just get away with it.
The kid wants to make a difference. Give him community service.
Community service for attempted murder? What jury would agree to that?
None that I've seen. This would need to stay out of the judiciary. Strictly within CSEC.
Interesting. I'll think about it.
Thank you, Captain.
All right. So not too bad. I want to know. I want to get to this door. Says I can do it. I want to do it. Can't. But so the fact that Bailey, you know, he says, you know, you think he's the only one who screwed up raising a son. It's cool that Bailey is a very real person. I know we talked about this before, but the fact that that he can empathize or sympathize so much with Thane's situation is a really cool thing that didn't necessarily need to be in the game. So I appreciate them putting that in. We're gonna go back, talk to Thane, just to kind of clear it up on the tie together some loose ends and such. But Thane is
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
He's a character that has an important role in Mass Effect 3. And I think that a lot of that is due in part to how you set him up to be in Mass Effect 2. Like you need to learn about the spirituality, or else it doesn't make sense. You need to learn about Thane's history, or else it doesn't make sense. You need to learn about his relationship to his son, or else the impact is kind of lost. So they did a good job, in my opinion, of setting Thane up for Mass Effect 3 by being the way he is in Mass Effect 2 and allowing you to interact with him, even if you don't enter a relationship with him, which certainly it's a possibility.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Certainly.
All right, so there's no after mission commentary, but we can still run through this.
If you don't mind my saying, you don't really seem like an assassin.
You've spent too much time fighting thugs who think custom-painted armor makes them professionals. The Hanar trained my body for this role since I was 6 years old.
You've been killing since you were 6?
Of course not. I didn't make my first kill until I was 12. They were training me. I was not to be used and thrown away. I was an investment.
You were a child, not an investment.
I've given you the wrong idea. They valued me, yes, as a resource, but also as a person. They regretted their need for me.
The Hanar? Excessively polite, worship the Protheans? They don't seem the type who train assassins.
Every species trains assassins. The Hanar are only unusual in that they need other species to do the killing for them. They have a strong grip and natural toxins, but have you ever seen one move quickly outside of water? Or fire a gun?
Hanar's firing guns. Oh man. Oh man, Blasto. Blasto. Maybe we'll see. Yeah, no, we'll see what that's in. Well, what it could be in reference to later.
Why did your parents agree to this?
The agreement was made under the Compact. It was an honor for our family.
The Compact?
We live on the Hanar homeworld because they rescued us, some of us, from extinction. We owe them our lives. That is the Compact.
What exactly are the terms of the Compact?
There are many things the Hanar can't do, even with mechanical aid. They ask Wrel to assist them.
This can't be legal. They made your whole race into slaves.
Don't insult me, Shepard. Anyone can refuse to serve. Few do. We owe our existence to the Hanar. We are proud to repay the debt.
The way you describe it, the Hanar sound like weaklings.
Out here, they are. But if you could see them in the encompassing, the oceans of Kaje, you would see them differently. A stream of silver in the dark, looping, diving. So fast the eye can't follow. Laughter like the squeals of a child fighting against the water. They fly over the black of the seabed like birds, plumed with the light of heaven.
Why was your race going extinct?
Overpopulation. That must sound trite to you. Humans developed mass effect drive before the problem became acute. Our homeworld, Rakana, had few resources. We hadn't even developed fusion power when the soil began to fail from overuse and pollution. The Hanar found us a century ago. They sent hundreds of ships, evacuated thousands of us. Billions more had to be left behind.
What's the state of Rakana now?
Do you read your philosophers? A man named Thomas Hobbes. When all the world is overcharged with inhabitants, then the last remedy of all is war, which provideth for every man by victory or death. As Rakana died around them, my people slaughtered each other for mouthfuls of water, crumbs of food.
That is an excellent quote. Excellent.
But you don't kill for the Hanar anymore. You're freelance. What changed?
I was asleep for a long time, yes. I paid no attention to what my body was asked to do, but then... Laser dot trembles on the skull. One finger twitch. He dies. Then, the smell of spice on the spring wind. Sunset-colored eyes defiant in the scope. The laser dances away. My apologies. Wrel slip into memory so easily.
So this is what I was talking about before. You have to have you have to talk to him to understand what he's doing right now.
Was that one of your assassinations?
Yes. Perhaps we can discuss it later. I've wasted too much of your time.
I guess not. That's not the right conversation, but it's definitely around. Can't remember. Do you see it later? Or I could just be misremembering. But this is Mass Effect 2, episode 22. Playing through the trilogy. End of this episode. I think we're gonna do Miranda's mission? Yeah, I want to say Miranda's. Nobody cares, Goldstein. Nobody cares, Hawthorne. We're gonna do Miranda's mission next episode. Get those out of the way, and then we'll be done with the loyalty missions, which is a very common part of BioWare games. Except for, we'll have one more character later, and then he also has a loyalty mission, but it's not nearly as bad. But after we knock these out, we're going to go with the Shadow Broker DLC, which if you haven't had a chance to play that, it's good. And there's a lot of, well, not a lot, but there's enough inside jokes to kind of, to make the experience more worthwhile if you've played through Mass Effect 1. But that's it! Alright, okay. Talking too much. I'm done. Thanks, guys.